Hello and good day. Welcome to our video channel, God's Promises. And today's video will be Numbers chapter 5. Let's get started now. Numbers chapter 5 is a unique chapter in the Old Testament that deals with issues of justice and purity within the community of Israel. This chapter presents several laws and rituals that were intended to ensure that justice was done and that the community remained pure. The chapter begins with God instructing Moses to command the Israelites to send out of the camp anyone who was unclean because of a bodily discharge or because they had touched a dead body. This was to ensure that the camp remained pure and holy. The next section of the chapter deals with the issue of marital infidelity. If a man suspected that his wife had been unfaithful, he could bring her to the priest along with an offering of barley flour. The priest would then mix dust from the tabernacle floor with holy water in a clay jar and make the woman swear an oath of innocence. If the woman was guilty, she would suffer the consequences of her sin, but if she was innocent, she would be cleared of any wrongdoing. This section of the chapter teaches us about the importance of justice and the need for impartiality. The law recognizes that suspicions of infidelity can arise in marriage, and it provides a way for these suspicions to be dealt with in a fair and just manner. The use of holy water and dust from the tabernacle floor emphasizes the sanctity of the law and the importance of impartiality. The next section of the chapter deals with the issue of vows. If a person made a vow to God, they were obligated to fulfill it. However, if a person was unable to fulfill their vow for some reason, they could bring an offering to the priest to atone for their failure to keep their vow. This section of the chapter teaches us about the importance of keeping our promises and honoring our commitments. Making a vow to God was a serious matter, and it was important to take this commitment seriously. However, the law also recognizes that there may be legitimate reasons why a person may be unable to fulfill their vow, and it provides a way for these individuals to make amends and seek forgiveness. The final section of the chapter deals with the issue of adultery. If a man had sexual relations with a married woman, both the man and the woman were to be put to death. This was a severe punishment, but it reflected the seriousness of the crime of adultery and the damage that it could cause to the community. This section of the chapter teaches us about the importance of sexual purity and the sanctity of marriage. Adultery was considered a grave sin in Israel, and it was punished severely. This underscores the importance of fidelity in marriage and the need to protect the sanctity of the marital bond. In terms of day-to-day applications, there are several lessons that can be drawn from this chapter. Firstly, it reminds us of the importance of justice and impartiality. When disputes arise, it is important to seek a fair and just resolution that takes into account the needs and concerns of all parties involved. Secondly, this chapter emphasizes the importance of keeping our promises and honoring our commitments. Whether it be in our personal or professional lives, it is important to take our commitments seriously and to follow through on our promises. Finally, this chapter also reminds us of the importance of sexual purity and the sanctity of marriage. Adultery is a serious sin that can have devastating consequences, and it is important to protect the sanctity of the marital bond and to honor our commitments to our partners. In conclusion, Numbers chapter 5 provides important teachings on the importance of justice, impartiality, keeping our promises, and sexual purity. The laws and rituals presented in this chapter were intended to ensure that justice was done and that the community remained pure. These teachings remain relevant today and can help us to live more just, honorable, and fulfilling lives. By following the principles outlined in this chapter, we can strive to create a society that is based on fairness, justice, and mutual respect. We can learn to value our commitments and honor our promises, and we can work to cultivate the kind of relationships that are based on trust, respect, and fidelity. Ultimately, the teachings of Numbers chapter 5 remind us that our actions have consequences, and that we have a responsibility to ourselves and to others to act with integrity and honor in all that we do. Thank you for visiting us today. Please share with us your favorite Bible chapter below in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help our channel grow. Looking forward to see you back here for our next video. Always take good care.